Alright, so prepping the quadcopter for a flight. Got the camera in, got the props on and tight, and just in an initialization sequence, which basically means you hold the unit still and level and plug in the battery, and it should be blinking back here. Yeah, it's blinking red and green, which means everything initialized okay, but it doesn't have all the GPS satellites. That's what the red blink means. It's okay to fly in this state, because usually once you get up in the air, it'll find the rest of the GPS satellites.
And to talk about what you and John heard earlier this morning about 11 o'clock when I was in the van working on video.
So about 11 o'clock this morning, John and I were sitting around camp, and Mojo was in the van doing some video work. John and I heard a scream down the valley, and we don't know what it was. It didn't sound canine for sure. It didn't sound like a coyote or a wolf. It was pretty loud. It was fairly distant, you could tell, because it wasn't loud enough to be close, but whatever made it was a pretty good size. We don't know what it was. It screamed 2 or 3 times for about maybe 30 seconds, and then that was it. And we didn't have a zoom running at the time, which was unfortunate. And we haven't heard it since, but that was an unusual sound we heard.
Okay, we come up with a mobile thermal setup. Instead of using a thermal as a drop box where it's going to be one location, we decided to do a man-portable thermal setup. We had a lot of interesting but questionable activity last night, possible eye shines, some definite vocalizations and things, and we didn't have the thermal out ready to use because we had it dedicated to a drop box. So we went ahead and decided to go with the man-portable thermal setup. We're going to have a backpack, and inside the backpack is a 7 amp hour sealed lead acid battery that's going to power the thermal that John's got in his hand, and we're going to carry that around, and the thermal is going to be powered by that battery. The thermal uses a lot of battery power, and the internal batteries holds 4 AAAs, which will get eaten up within a couple hours at the most. So we want to have a little bit more flexibility, so we put the sealed lead acid battery in here, the 12-volt battery, and it's going to charge, it's going to operate the thermal, and we have a mini DVR system here with a 32 gigabyte SD card to store any video footage. And the good thing about the thermal, it's got a video out that we got going to this battery powered television, and he's going to wear that on his back, so while he's seeing the image in the thermal, we had the capability of standing behind him and seeing what he sees. And we're going to have a flap over it to keep it dark when we're walking around. And when he sees something of interest, all of us will be able to see it. We'll be able to lift up the flap and see what John's seeing. So we're going to do this after dark, and hopefully we'll get some interesting footage for you folks. Thanks.